Welcome to another C Beginner Program tutorial. In today's video, we will talk about pointers. I've prepared an example. What is a pointer? When you go to our TonkaIn website, press your mouse on Home or About Us, Research Catalog, Carriers, Contact, etc. You will maybe notice that there's a little link that will appear immediately when you just scroll over it. And this is what a pointer is. It's a reference to a certain address. In this case, home is pointing to this link. And how does this referencing work? As you might know, we can simply say that all data of our program are on the RAM. I've represented the hard disk on the right. As you can see, each layer represents a memory cell of 1 byte, and at the same time, it has an address. The in orange colored letters are called big endian, and the white part is called little endian. What is their task? The big endian addresses the most significant byte and the little endian the least significant byte. When executed, the address of X can be read from left to right and vice versa. So starting off with the big endian or the little endian. Therefore, problems in conversion from one to another program can appear as X has been read out differently. As I mentioned in the beginning, the task of a pointer is to refer to objects in the RAM. A pointer is basically a variable that holds an address of a value. To assign a value to a pointer, the pointer is preceded by an asterisk. The equal sign is followed by the ampersand. The ampersand is the address of the variable that is assigned to the pointer. In our example, we assign the value 5. This process is called referencing. When we dereference, that means that we are changing the value of a specified address that the pointer is pointing to. Therefore, always remember that we have to know the address before we can change the value of a variable. It is important to know that the data type of the pointer and the data type of the assigned variable must match. As you can see, X has the data type integer and the pointer has also the data type integer. But we have one exception, the void pointer. What do we have to pay attention to with pointers? As already said, the data type of the pointer and the reference must match. Exception is the void pointer. This exception is accompanied by another exception, namely that no dereferencing is possible. As you can see in the example, this is also underlined in red. So you can see at first we assign to the integer variable number the value 5. Then we have two pointers. The first one is pointer P, and the data type is void. Then we have no issues in giving the address of number to the pointer P, as I mentioned before. This giving a pointer a void data type is very useful when you don't know which data type you'll use for referencing. But always pay attention that you cannot dereference afterwards. And this is why we can dereference the pointer P with 10. And now I want to show you some examples. So I've prepared some examples for you. The first one is just to show you the importance of the ampersand and the asterisk, and that we can read out the value of any variable or the address of any variable. So at first, I declare a new variable named number with the data type integer, and I assign to this variable the value 5. At first, I want to receive the address, therefore I write address of number, double point, %p, backslash, and here we have to use the ampersand. If you write down number, this is first thing that will print out. The second thing that I want to show you is how we can receive the value of it. Normally, we just write value of number, for example, any text that you desire, %d, backslash n, and see the first thing that we receive is the address, and the second thing is the value. But you do not have to do it like this necessarily. Okay, then another example that I want to show you is how to use actually two pointers. We leave it like this. We still have our integer number 5. Then I want to declare two pointers. The first one is also of the data type integer, the second one 2. Also, when you use two pointers, they have to have the same data type when you reference them to each another, but you'll see it. So the first thing that I'll do is I assign the address of number to our first pointer. Then I follow on with the value. So you just have this. And as you might guess, the value of the number be 5. Okay, as you can see it here. The second thing that I will do, I want to dereference. I assign to our pointer the value 10, value of the number after the referencing. It will be 10, as you can see. Then second step, just to show you that you can dereference as many times as you'd like to. Guess what will be printed out? It'll be 30 after second time. And now we have the value 30. And now what I want you to do is to assign to the pointer P2 the pointer P. Now you have to think about it again. What will be the output? I want you to do it at home. Just write down this declare variable, integer user number. Think about it. Whether the pointer P2 has the value 30, 10, or 5. Okay. And remember, when we program, the program runs sequentially. Now I want you, when you do it at home, you put in the user input, scan F, then you can compare the two things. We have also prepared an exercise. You can click on the link below to see how this exercise will finish. Thanks for your attention.